as Paxton kicks it away, and here comes Julius Clancy on the return, and ball's on the ground, and it looks like Logan recovered it. Sorry, we had a little late start. Got kicked off on the last one. I accidentally hit the end button. So we're set for high school football here live on Logan. So this is part 2. Share the second one. I know. All right, we're set. We had a little late start. Had a little mishap starting, so we're back up and running as Drew Berry is out to lead the offense for Logan High Wildcats. Gabe Workman in the backfield. Berry's in the shotgun. He takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Workman. Workman's trying to get upfield, and he's going to get about gain of 2 to 3 yards, and that's going to bring up second down and make it second down and 7 for the Wildcats. Tackled down by a group of Huskies. And they got him jumping. And they got a lot of jumping. There's a flag, and it looks like we're going to get a personal foul on number 66, Connor Brickman. He jumped off sides, and he literally just bulldozed Levi Kazee to the ground. So they're going to get 5 yards on the penalty and probably tack on 15 more for unsportsmanlike conduct called against the Huskies, and that will be a big miscue for Herbert Hoover as Rickman. That was just unnecessary. You didn't really need to do that, and now it was a personal foul, so tack on to the 15-yard penalty, and that will be a first down. Logan, 1st and 10. So now Logan will have a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10. Berry takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Workman. Workman's trying to get the outside. He's trying to get a cut. Workman's going to cut upfield. Workman's still driving forward, and he gets about a good gain of 8 yards on the ground. Actually, 9 yards. Make it 2nd and 1 for Logan. So good opening drive right now for Logan as they're pushing the pile, and Workman, he's doing everything he can to get to the outside and try to gas this Herbert Hoover defense. So this is must-win situation for Logan. And if you guys are wondering, you have to go on the new link. The old link got cut off. So now here comes Berry, handed off to Workman. Workman's going to get outside, and he's met immediately by Brickman, and he's going to get brought down. Actually, he loses about a few inches of yards, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 2 now for Logan. So here comes a big 3rd down play. Let's see if Logan could probably get Hoover to maybe jump off sides again, try that hard count, and get Huskies to move. But now, and Logan's got a player down. It looks like that's David Ellis down. It looks like David Ellis, he's going to hold he's holding his ankle. So while they take a timeout, I'm going to take a timeout. We'll be right back as you're watching Logan High Football live on YouTube. All right, we're back as Ellis got treated off the field. We've now got a packed crowd here on the island. Berry tried to do the hard count, and Herbert Hoover is smart to not jump off sides. So here we go. 3rd down and 2. Berry takes a snap. He's going to look to throw, and it's batted away by the Huskies defense. Looks like it was number 31 for the Huskies, Marquise Walker on the bat down, and it looks like Logan is going to punt it away to the Huskies. So a decent start for Logan, just not ended the way it was. And Berry, he had a good look at the wide receiver. Williamson was open. It's just Marcus Walker just batted away down for the Huskies, and now Slack will be on the punt for Logan. Snaps it away. Slack's boot is up, and he's going to kick it away, and back to receive is Dane Hatfield. And Logan's going to let it roll to the end, and they're going to get him. Where are they going to spot him? They're going to spot him at the 1. What a punt for Aiden Slack. The bunt to pin Herbert Hoover deep at the 1 yard line. So Hoover's got to drive 99 yards in order to get a touchdown and get points on the board. So now out comes the Herbert Hoover quarterback, Dane Hatfield, the young sophomore for the Huskies. Last year was a part of the 10-0 team that got upset by a 16 seed that wasn't a 16 seed. It's just the way their schedule went last year in Fairmont Senior. But Herbert Hoover was one of the best teams in the state. They just had a bad draw. So Dane Hatfield underneath center, he's going to do a QB keeper, and he's going to just fight forward for about a gain of 2. And maybe gain of 1, actually, so make it 2nd and 9 now for the Huskies. And Dane Hatfield just did the QB sneaker to try to give him just a little bit more breathing room. So we're going to see what Coach Joey Fields has in store on this 2nd down play for the Huskies. Hatfield almost got Logan to jump. Kovac, the freshman, playing at linebacker along with Bryce Davis. Looks like Saul in there trying to get him to jump. So Dane Hatfield with split runners in the backfield. They're going to hand it off up the middle, and they're going to get maybe a couple yards. And, couldn't see who was on the carry. It looked like that was number 1, Braden. It looked like that was number 20, Rocco Fry, was on the carry for Herbert Hoover. So now we have a 3rd down and 4 for the Huskies, and see if Logan can get the stop here and get him off the field. So here we go, 3rd down and 4. Watch the hard count. They're going to send Fry in motion. They're going to do a handoff to Hugo. No, they're going to do QB keeper with Hatfield. Hatfield's got an open field. Hatfield is finally going to get wrapped up and brought down by Julius Clancy, but that will be a 1st down, Herbert Hoover, as Logan bit hard on the read option, and Dane Hatfield had an open lane to get the 1st down. But Herbert Hoover's got a player down, and that looks like it's Caden Dotson that's down on the ground for the Huskies. So while they attend to Dotson, we're going to step aside and be right back. You're watching Logan High Football live on YouTube. All right, we're back as Dotson was helped off the field, and so now the clock will start for Logan. For Herbert Hoover, 1st down and 10. As they look over to the side, gets their play calls from Coach Joey Fields. Dane Hatfield's going to take a snap. He's going to hand it off up the middle. That is that's Rocco Fry, who only gets about 2 yards, and that's going to make it 2nd down and 8. And Logan's got some injuries tonight, so they're going to have to really play smart and have to get Herbert Hoover well behind the chains. Herbert Hoover can't gash for 5 yards of play. They're going to do a pitch out to Rocco Fry. And Fry, he's going to get met immediately by Slack for only a gain of 1. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 6 for the Huskies. So here comes another 3rd down play for Herbert Hoover, as this is a must-win for Logan. You win, you're in. If you lose, you got to have help. And people are getting loud here on the island, as this is a must-win game now for Logan. So Hatfield in the shotgun. Logan's not jumping. Hatfield looks over at the side, gets his play call. We might see another QB keeper here. Hatfield, no, he's going to look to drop back to pass. He's going to actually pass, and he's got his man, and he's got the first down. Good catch by Braden Jones for the first down. Herbert Hoover, he was in that open space and he was able to beat a defender, and he gets the first down. Hatfield just quickly got the ball back. I think that's what Joey Fields wants to do. He doesn't want to give Herbert Hoover time for Hatfield to set in the pocket with all these Logan edge rushers coming right after him. So Hatfield just quickly got the ball out, and that's going to set up a new set of downs. First down and 10. They're going to do a handoff to Hugert. Nope, Hugert breaks free. He's going to turn foul. He's still going. And Hugert's finally going to get tackled down by Bryce Davis. I got a little confused. So with that run, that'll be a first down Huskies. Huger just came out of there like a bowling ball and just able to get yards and got the first down. So Herbert Hoover, 99 yards driving, and they're doing it against this Logan defense, who's got some banged-up players that's not playing tonight. Hatfield, let's take the snap. He hands it off. He's going to do a QB keeper. Hatfield, he's got an open field. Hatfield's going to take it down the sideline. He's finally going to run out of bounds. So Dane Hatfield on the QB keeper. That's a gain about 14. And that's going to bring up first down for Herbert Hoover. So Herbert Hoover doing their jobs, moving the ball with Hatfield at quarterback. That's what they're mostly running the football. Hatfield tries to get the hard count, not jumping. Looks back over to get play calls from Coach Fields. So here we go. Hatfield sends out Rocco Fry, hands it off to Hugert, and Hugert, he gets met immediately at the line by number 55, Landon Moore, and that will make it second down and 8 for the Huskies. We're going to get some new guys in. Number 71 for Logan, William Tomlin, is going to check in on the line, and that will give Big Fluff Cam Allred some breathers to get Herbert Hoover. They're sticking with their offensive line. They have now Hugert in motion, and Hatfield's going to do a QB keeper, and he's going to get wrapped up for about a gain of maybe 5. And that's going to make it third down and 2 for Herbert Hoover. And Herbert Hoover is doing exactly what their game plan is, running the ball up the middle, gashing Logans, trying to get them on the edge. So here comes another third down opportunity for Logan to get Hatfield, to get Herbert Hoover off the field and force right now would be a manageable field goal for Levi Paxton, the Marshall signee. So Hoover in the shotgun. They're going to do a QB keeper. Hatfield's got a first down up the middle. He's going to the outside, and Hatfield's going to get pushed out of bounds, and they're going to get a late hit called against Logan. So with that flag, that will be an automatic first down. Just going to move up maybe a step. And they're going to put them up half a distance to the goal at the 1 yard line. That's going to be first down Logan. First down Herbert Hoover. Late hit called by Logan. Called on Logan. I couldn't see who really got the late hit. In the area, you had Davis, Williamson, and Slack all in that area. So that doesn't help out anything, but Herbert Hoover is doing a good job on the ground. They're forcing Logan to try to suck into the inside and making Hatfield beat him with those QB draws and read option plays. So Hatfield underneath the center. He's going to do a QB keeper. He is going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Herbert Hoover. So 4:30 left to go in the first quarter. Herbert Hoover strikes first. They lead 6-0. They drove 99 yards down the field on Logan. So now on to kick the PAT is Marshall signee Levi Paxton. So while they snap it away, they do. Kicks up, kicks down, and it is good by the Marshall signee, Levi Paxton. 4:30 left to go. Logan trails 7-0 to Herbert Hoover. We're going to step aside and be right back as you're watching Logan High Football live on YouTube. All right, we're back as Herbert Hoover set to kick it off as Levi Paxton. He's going to boot the ball away, and he's going to boot it high, and it's going to be returned. Looks like by Julius Clancy. Clancy's going to be back to return. He's got down the sideline. So Julius Clancy with a good return is going to set up Logan 1st and 10. Looks like they're going to spot him around the 29-yard line. So it'll be 1st down Logan. And out comes back out Drew Berry at quarterback. And Logan had a good sounding drive going on. They just couldn't. Herbert Hoover defense just played really well. Logan was able to gash him on the ground, but then that deflection that had Williamson wide open from Herbert Hoover just stalled the drive. So Berry with the snakes a snap, hands it off up the middle to Gabe Workman. Workman, he's going to get wrapped around for a loss of 1. So that's going to bring up 2nd down and 11 for Logan. And right now, Logan just can't give too much penetration to this Herbert Hoover defensive line that is really stout up front. They are led by a lot of seniors. They're led by their big D1 recruit, Isaiah Chapman, 66, Connor Brickman, and number 54, Caden Dotson out there for the Huskies. That's stout defensive line. Berry's going to look to throw, and he's got Williamson wide open. Williamson makes a miss, and he's going to just get tripped up. If he'd have stayed on his feet, he might have got more yards. So Garrett Williamson puts Logan, the catch put Logan in about a good manage, about 3rd and maybe 4 yards. 3rd and 4 for Logan in a manageable situation for Logan to get the 1st down. Let's see if Logan can go with a hard count here to get Herbert Hoover to jump off sides, and we get a whistle and we get flags. It looks like it's going to be false start called against Logan. So now that good game by Logan is just going to set him up backwards, and that's not what you want for Logan against this Hoover team. You don't want to play behind the chains. You don't want to go backwards. So now 3rd and manageable became 3rd and long. And see if Logan can get that 1st down. So here comes Drew Berry out at quarterback. Takes the snap. He's going to roll out. He's going to look to throw. No, he's going to get him hit immediately and brought down by Isaiah Chapman for a huge sack on the play. He came off the edge, and no one touched Isaiah Chapman. And now Logan's got to punt it away again. After a good start to the drive, something just doesn't go right. Either a batted down play or a penalty that moves you back. Right now has just done the job for Logan. Done them in, and now back to punt is Aiden Slack. Back to receive for Herbert Hoover is Dane Hatfield. Let's see if Logan can flip the field here. And Slack's going to be on the punt, and he punts it away. It's a pretty good punt. Hatfield's not going to recover, and it's going to take a Herbert Hoover bounce. So Logan will have it. Logan will stop the ball, around the 43-yard line. So 2:14 to go. Herbert Hoover is going to have the ball in decent field position in Logan territory. So let's see if Logan can finally find an answers to stop this defensive run, or this offensive run game for Herbert Hoover. So Hoover gets the snap. They're going to hand it off up the middle to Hugert. He's going to bowl forward, and he's going to get about good 7 yards on that play and make it 2nd down and 3 for the Huskies. And really, if you're Logan, you just got to find a way to stop the run. So Hatfield coming out in the shotgun, trying to get Logan to jump. Logan doesn't jump. Hatfield will look to take the snap. Sends Rocco Fry out. No, they're going to do a handoff to Huger. Huger gets tripped up in and by Aiden Slack, only for a gain of 2, and that's going to make it 3rd down and actually gain of 2. That's going to make it 3rd down and 2 for Logan. So we'll see what. So let's see if Logan can get a stop here on offense and force Herbert Hoover to punt. Hatfield makes the adjustments up, takes the snap, hands it off to Rocco Fry, and Fry's got opening up the middle for the 1st down. Hard running by the sophomore Rocco Fry, and that's going to be a 1st down Herbert Hoover. And Hoover's going fast. And actually, we're going to get a stoppage. Timeout. Nope. Timeout, Logan. So Logan takes a timeout. I'm going to take a timeout with 57 seconds left in the 1st quarter. Logan trails 7-0 to Herbert Hoover. We'll be right back after this break. All right, we're back here. 1st down 10. Hatfield takes a snap, hands it off up the middle to Rocco Fry. Fry is just bulldozing over, but we got a flag thrown at the line of scrimmage, and that might be coming back for a holding call called against the Huskies. Rocco Fry just had an easy hold through the gas, and he's just one of those hard-nosed runners that's just running over defenders. But that run will be negated as it's going to come back for a holding call against the Huskies. So they're going to do a holding call at the spot of the foul. It's probably going to make it 1st and 20. That is a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, and it's not 1st and 20. It's going to be 1st and 16 for the Huskies. So here we go. 1st and 16 for the Huskies. And they got Logan to jump as Caden Baisden couldn't hold his water. And that's going to get 5 yards back to Herbert Hoover. So an easy 5 yards for Herbert Hoover as they jumped off sides. And now that's going to make it 1st and 12, looks like. 1st and 11 for the Huskies. So here comes Hatfield. Going to take the snap. He's going to look to drop back to pass. He's got a man open. And it's going to be picked off by Carryon Tolliver. He's going down the sideline. He's got one man to beat. Tolliver stiffs on Hatfield. And what a huge interception by the young freshman And a sophomore carry on Tolliver. Huge interception as Hatfield was looking in the way of Jacob Burns, and Tolliver just jumped the route, and he picked off Dane Hatfield. And Logan has great field position with 40 seconds left in the first quarter. So Logan needs to take advantage and get some points here after that huge interception by the sophomore Tolliver. So now Logan's going to set up at the 25-yard line and hopefully try to get a first down, keep this drive going, and not get no more 3 and outs. And they can't play behind the sticks. They got to get positive yards. Can't get negative yards. Barry takes a snap. He's going to hand it off to Workman. Workman cuts it up the middle. He's met immediately by Herbert Hoover Husky, and it looks like that was big number 66. Connor Brickman was the first man to get him. That's going to be a loss of 1. So now it's second and 11. And we don't see Aiden Slack out there. He's kind of banged up right now. And coming in to replace him is number 3, Riley Jones, the junior. And Logan's going to let the clock run. And that will be the end of the first quarter. Your score, Herbert Hoover 7, Logan nothing. But Logan, after that big turnover in return from Tolliver, is setting up shop. Hopefully they can get a score here and tie the ball game up. So we'll take a step aside as you're watching Logan High Football live on YouTube for the start of the second quarter. All right, we're back here at the start of the second quarter. Logan trails 7-0 to Hoover, and they got it 2nd and 11 at the 31-yard line. No, excuse me, at the 26-yard line. After that 1-yard loss from Gabe Workman run that was met immediately by the big man, Connor Brickman. So this Herbert Hoover defensive line is very tough. They go 3-man down. Barry's going to take the snap. He's going to look to throw. He's going to throw it up out there. He's got a man. Riley Jones is in the area, and he couldn't grab it. And that is incomplete pass, and that's going to set up 3rd and 11 for Logan as Riley Jones was in the area, just couldn't corral it. The young junior for Logan, who's playing his first game this season. So this is his first game of the season after being out due to academic eligibility, and they get a jump. It looks like that was Caden Dotson that couldn't hold his water, so that's going to be offsides called against Logan. So now 3rd and long is going to make it 3rd and manageable for Logan. So Logan probably right here, you got to open. I'd hit either a quick pass and get Logan to get in good field goal range. Slack is not out there right now. Now Slack is actually out there on the field. So Logan's got 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side, with Davis in the backfield. Barry's going to look to pass. He's going to complete it to Slack, and Slack's got the first down, and he gets out of bounds. So Logan's going to move the chains. First down, Logan. As this is what you need for Logan, is to get drives and get positive yards and get the first downs to keep Herbert Hoover's offense off the field after they had 2 really long drives. The first drive was long. It went 99 yards all the way to the house on a couple of plays. It had to be well over 10 plays for Herbert Hoover. And this second drive, Logan was just able to read the pass of Dane Hatfield and pick them off. So here we go. First down and 10 for Logan. High snap. They're going to hand it off to Davis. Davis has got hole up the middle. He's going to lower his shoulder. He's going to get in. Touchdown, Logan. Bryce Davis, the senior running back, ran and lowered his shoulder, and Logan strikes back off of the interception from Tolliver, and they go punch it in. And that is Bryce Davis's first touchdown of the season. But Logan could tie it up with this extra point. That's a good play call by Logan. They had Herbert Hoover playing deep on the pass, and they just handed off to Davis on a draw. And Davis just saw open green, and he lowered his shoulder to the end zone. And we're going to get a... It looks like they have a man who's not on the field. Ryan Roberts has to leave the field for right now. I guess equipment issue. So now they're going to bring in Braden Chambers to do the field goal blocking. So an all-important extra point here for Logan. Can tie this ball game up. Buries the holder. Snaps down. Kick is up. Kick is good. So with 11:43 left to go in the second quarter, Logan has tied up the ball game at 7 apiece. We're going to step aside as Logan and Hoover are tied. Herbert Hoover will get the ball back off the pursuing kickoff. You're watching Logan High Football live on YouTube. All right, we're back. Set the kickoff for Logan is the new guy, number 24, Chase Hatfield. And he kicks it deep, and it's going over the head of Rollison. Rollison's going to pick it up, and he's met by two immediate Logan players. He breaks off a tackle. Rollison's still going. He's got an opening. He's still going. Rollison going to be on the return, and he's finally going to get tackled down at the 50, and we get a bunch of flags thrown in that area. I wonder who the flags are on. It's probably going to be on Logan. But Rollison made nothing into something after he bobbled the kick. He messed up the kickoff reception. He picked it up and he broke three to four tackles to get Logan down to be brought down at the 50-yard line. So we're going to see what this penalty is called against Logan. It might be against Logan. It might be against Hoover. No, it's going to be. Looks like it's going to be against Hoover. Well, we're still waiting on the call for Hoover. I don't know what the call is. They might have an illegal block in the back or something. I mean, that's the only thing I can see. That's the only thing that would be in the area to call is the legal block in the back called against the Huskies. So it's going to be a spot foul. So they're going to have it 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Let's see if Logan run defense can now get a stop and get Hoover off as they got the momentum right now as they're going to hand it off up to Rocco Fry. And Rocco Fry just bullies his way forward, gets about 10 yards, and that is going to be a first down for Herbert Hoover. Rocco Fry is just prove why he is a tough, hard-nosed runner. So here comes Herbert Hoover on a new fresh down. They're going to hand it off to Rocco Fry. Fry, he's going to just bulldoze forward, and he's dragging defenders too, and that's going to be a gain of 11, and that's going to make it another first down. So Herbert Hoover took that interception and that score from Logan to heart as they're now running with purpose, and they're getting easy first downs off of 10-yard runs by Rocco Fry, the sophomore. Hatfield going to look to take the snap. We might see a handoff. We are to Hugert. Hugert's going to bulldoze us up the field. Hugert's still going, and he's finally going to get wrapped up after a gain of 13 by the senior Randy Hugert, and that's going to be a first down Huskies. So 3 plays, 3 first downs for Herbert Hoover, and they're running now with purpose. As I don't think Hatfield will throw another pass this game unless they're completely down, and Logan can finally stop the run, and Hugert's going to come out. And coming in is Bryce Grimm for the Huskies. Hugert had to come out. Don't know why he came out, but he's out. And now Herbert Hoover going to have a new fresh set of downs. First down and 10 for the Huskies. And we're going to get an official's timeout. Nope, timeout called by Herbert Hoover. That's their first timeout. So Herbert Hoover, I guess they called Herbert Hoover find timeout, and Joey Fields is on the field. He's trying to argue something. So while Hoover takes a timeout, I'm going to take a timeout. We'll be right back. All right. No. All right, they're going to do a handoff. Hatfield's going to do a QB keeper. He spins off a tackle. He's still spinning off tackle. He's finally going to get tripped up by a Logan player. That looks like that was Connor Mullins. No, Bryce Davis there on the tackle along with Preston Kovac to bring him down. And so that's going to make it second down and 2. Second down and 3 or 4 for Herbert Hoover. So Herbert Hoover is just driving down the field, getting runs. So Hatfield's going to take the snap, and he's going to hand it off to Fry. Fry's going up the middle. Fry, he's still going, and Fry's going to go all the way down to the goal line. He's going to be marked a yard, just a few inches short of the end zone. And Herbert Hoover just ran the football down Logan's throat on this drive right here. Is gaining. Rocco Fry has averaged over 10 yards on the drive. And it's just, and Logan's got to fix this run defense and fix it fast if you want to stay in the ball game with Herbert Hoover. So Hatfield underneath the center. Might see a QB sneak right here, and they will. And Hatfield is going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Herbert Hoover. So just like that, when Logan scored off of a turnover, Herbert Hoover scores again. And now it's 13-7. Huskies with Levi Paxton coming out to kick the PAT to put Hoover up 7 points with 9:35 left to go in the first half. So Andrew Rollison on the hold for Herbert Hoover. Snaps down, kick is up, and it is good. So with 9:35 left to go in the first half, Logan trails Herbert Hoover 14-7. We'll be right back as you're watching Logan High Football live on YouTube. All right, we're back, and we got some two huge score updates. Winfield's up 7-0 on Point Pleasant, and Frankfort is up huge on Kaiser in the first quarter, 19-0. So those are two important games that Logan is watching, just in case they come away as the losers of this game. But the way Logan has played on offense on that last drive, they have a shot against this Herbert Hoover offense, but they got to fix their run defense. So Paxton on to kick it away, and it's going to be up by Julius Clancy. No, excuse me, that's Gabe Workman. Gabe Workman's trying to get to the outside. Workman makes a man miss. Workman's still going. He's still going. He's finally going to get wrapped up by a group of Huskies. And the ball will be spotted around the 24-yard line. And that's going to make it 1st and 10 Logan. But, yeah, two huge games happening right there for Logan. As if Logan does come away with the loser. If they do, then they need help. They need Kaiser and Point to both fall this week, and they're playing really tough teams. So things has to happen for Logan, but honestly, Logan wants to get the win to get in and secure a playoff spot. And we're going to get a official stop by the White Hat. Let's see what they call. They might have to put time back on the clock. So we're going to see. So they're going to put 9:15. 9:13. 9:13 left on. Put it on the clock. So now they fix the clock. 1st down, Logan. Let's see if Logan can get a drive here after they had a good drive on that decent short field return by Carrion Tolliver. Barry takes a snap, and he's going to do a pass. And he's got Garrett Williamson open, and Williamson's got the 1st down. And he's going to get tackled around the 40-yard line. So good pitch and catch and throw from Barry to Williamson, and that moves the chains for 1st down. And Herbert Hoover's giving Logan that big of a cushion, then Logan needs to take advantage of it. So now Hoover is going to set back up on their defense with 3-man down and two linebackers with 2 bandits on the edge. Here we go, 1st and 10 Logan. After that catch, and we're going to get a false start called against Logan as the junior Riley Jones jumped just a little bit, hesitated just a little bit early. He jumped early, so that's going to back him up 5 yards. And again, that is a key for Logan. You cannot play behind the chains if you want to play even with this Husky team. So Huskies are actually going to make a substitution. Coming in out is the junior, number 7, Joseph White. He's going to come in for number 8, Tristan Allison, at the corner's position. So now it is 1st and 15 for Logan with 4 wide receivers to each side. Barry takes the snap. Barry's going to take the high snap. Barry's going to look to throw. And he's got a man open. That's Garrett Williamson. He's got the 1st down and more. Williamson's still going. I overran him. But he's still going. Williamson's finally going to get tracked down inside the 10-yard line. Big pass play from Barry to Garrett Williamson. And that's going to set up 1st and goal for Logan inside the 10-yard line. They're going to spot him. Looks like they're going to spot him around the 8-yard line. So 1st and goal, Logan. Good awareness from Barry to find Garrett Williamson open on the side. And what moves by Garrett Williamson to take it all the way down to the field. Break off tackles. Overran the play a little bit on the feed, but Williamson just broke tackles, and now they're going to push the play clock up. So that clock will run. 1st and goal, Logan. Let's see if Logan could punch it in here and try to tie up the ball game. So now 1st and 10 for Logan. We might see a draw happen here. Nope. Barry's going to look to throw. He's got a man wide open end zone. Touchdown, Logan! Barry's pass is complete to Hayden Slack, and that's going to add on 6 more for Logan. Huge play calls from Coach Gary Mullins from Barry to find Williamson, and now Barry to find Slack. Wide open in the end zone on an out route, and that is huge. And now Logan is going to probably attempt to tie the ball game up at 14, depending on the extra point. I'm going to move the camera up to show you the PAT. So Slacks, kick, as Barry's holder. Holds down, kick is up, kick is away, and it is good. So 7:39 left to go in the first half. Logan has tied up the ball game. 14-all against Herbert Hoover. We'll be right back as you're watching Logan High Football live on YouTube. All right, we're back. A great play call from Coach Mullins to have Barry down, kick the ball down to, throw the ball down to Williamson to get that big gain, and then found Slack over the end zone. So Slack is going to do the kickoff, and he is going to boot it all the way to Tristan Allison, who's down, who's going to be up to the return. Tristan Allison breaks off tackle. He's finally going to get tackled by Logan's number 27, Levi Davis. Mr. Wildcat, I like to call him, and Tristan Allison is actually down on the ground. He's got his helmet off. And he's going to end up coming off the field, but that will set up shop for Herbert Hoover. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Now let's see if Logan can fix their defense and stop the run against this Herbert Hoover run power defense, as Hatfield has not really thrown the ball much. I mean, they don't have to. If they have an opportunity to run the ball, Logan's just got to honestly just say this man up and get stops on the defense. So they're going to do a handoff up to Rocco Fry. And he's finally tackled in the backfield by Big Fluff Cameron Allred. Excuse me, Cameron Allred. I got choked up after Big Fluff went all the way into the backfield and got Rocco Fry down for a loss of 1. That's going to make it 2nd and 11 for the Huskies. As Big Fluff says, I'll just do it myself right now. See if he can get another play call going against Herbert Hoover. So Hatfield is going to look to take the snap. He's actually going to look to pass. Hatfield is going to throw it up out there. He's got Levi Paxton. Paxton's going down the sideline. He's going to get tackled out by number 19, Carryon Tolliver. But that pass will be enough for a first down, Huskies. So that's Hatfield's second completed pass today. And that's going to make it 1st down and 10 for Huskies. So they might go back to the run game here. Hatfield gets a motion man from Jones. Hatfield is going to look to take the snap as Jones is set. He takes it, and he's going to hand it off to Hugert. Hatfield's going to keep it. Hatfield breaks off of a tackle. Hatfield's going down the sideline, and he's got an open field down the sideline. No one's going to catch Dane Hatfield. He is going all the way to the end zone for a touchdown, Herbert Hoover. I kind of overran the play a little bit, but Hatfield did the QB keeper, had open space. He broke off of a tackle, and he is down. He goes down to the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. And just like that, Herbert Hoover, 3 plays, strike back off of Logan. So now, depending on the PAT, Levi Paxton can make this a 7-point game again with 6:41 left to go in the first half. And Herbert Hoover gets the ball to start the second half. So we could be in the potential for a shootout here on the island. Snap is up, kick is away for Paxton, and it is good. So 6:41, Herbert Hoover retakes the lead. They now lead at 21-14 over Logan. And we're going to step aside and be right back as you're watching Logan High Football live on YouTube. All right, we're back as we're set for kickoff. Levi Paxton is going to boot it away. Back to receive for Logan is number 5, Gabe Workman. And he's going to receive it at the goal line. Workman's going to bring it out. Workman's got to open his face, and Workman's still going on his feet, and he's finally going to get tackled down at around the 25-yard line. Then looks like they're going to spot him at the 24. No, they're actually going to spot him at the 25. So Logan will set up shop 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. And see if Logan can answer back off of a beautiful plays from Barry to Williamson and to Slack. Joey Fields is actually out on the field. He's not happy. He's not happy about something. He needs to be careful. He's hoping these officials don't throw a flag and maybe throw him out of here or something. But I don't think Fields is a veteran coach. He knows how to pick his fights with the officials. So Barry's snap is high. He's going to pass it up to Slack, and Slack is going to get a complete. And it's going to be about a gain of 6, maybe 7. Actually, yeah, gain of 6 will make it 2nd and 4 for Logan. So Herbert Hoover is going to make some defensive substitutions. So Slack got out of bounds, and it makes it 2nd and 4 for Logan. Barry's pass completed to Slack, and he's right at the marker. 1st down, Logan. He's in bounds. So that's going to move the chains. So after that 1st down pass from Barry to Slack, it's going to move the chains and move the clock. Hopefully Logan can tie the ball game up going into the half. Barry takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Workman. Workman gets the outside, and Workman gets tripped up for about a gain of 2 to 3 yards. And that's going to make it 2nd and long for the Wildcats. They're going to say gain of 3, make it 2nd and 7. So Barry in the shotgun. Tries to get Herbert Hoover to jump off sides of the defensive line. One of the best defensive lines in the state. Ain't nudging on it. You got them once, but I don't think they'll do it twice. So Barry's going to look to take the snap. He does. Drop backs the pass. Barry has to complete open. It's picked off by Marquise Walker as he jumps the route, and Herbert Hoover will have it back in deep in Logan territory. So a big interception by Walker. Picks off Drew Barry. Barry just didn't see him. Walker, he just played the eyes of the quarterback, and he just dropped back, and he read that pass. And that's why he was able to pick it off. So a big play for Marquise Walker. And that's going to make it first down Huskies with a lot of momentum going on to their side into the half. So Hatfield is going to do another QB keeper, and he's going to get open field. Hatfield is going around the side. He's got one man to beat down the sideline. He's finally going to get wrapped around the bounds, and they're going to throw the flag. So it looks like that's going to tack on 10 more yards to that run of Dane Hatfield. And that's going to make it first down and 10. And that's actually going to make it first and goal. So after a late hit called by Kerryon Tolliver, who wrapped Hatfield out of bounds, threw him out, and that's going to add on more yards. Logan just can't get frustrated here. Hatfield has decided not to beat Logan with the arm, but beat him with the legs. And it's huge. So here we go, first and goal for Herbert Hoover at the 5-yard line. And they're going to hand it off up the middle to Hugert. Hugert is stopped immediately, only for about a gain of 1. And that's going to make it second and goal from the 4-yard line. So as that clock is moving, Herbert Hoover is knocking on the door and maybe blow this game open by 2 scores. Hatfield takes the snap, hands it off to Rocco Fry. Rocco Fry gets hit hard immediately in the backfield by Bryce Davis, the linebacker of Logan, and that's going to be a loss of 1, and it's going to make it third and goal at the 5-yard line. So we might see, if I'm Hoover, we might see a QB keeper right here for Hatfield. Follow lead blockers and try to get into the end zone. Or he's trying to get Logan to jump and move him closer. And Logan ain't budging. So here we go. Third down and goal for Herbert Hoover. See if Logan can get a stop here. Maybe force a field goal from Levi Paxton. But I think Herbert Hoover's going to be aggressive. They're going to run it. They're going to do a QB keeper with Hatfield. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies. The read options from from Dane Hatfield makes Herbert Hoover go up 27-14 on Logan. So now, depending on the PAT from Paxton, it could be a 14-point lead for Herbert Hoover. And Logan's got basically 3:59, basically 4 minutes left to drive and get a score. We get a flag thrown, and they're going to get a legal procedure called against the Huskies, as I think too many men was lined up in the backfield on the point after. So nonetheless, it's just going to back them up. But that's easy field goal range for Levi Paxton, as this kid's got one of the best boots in the entire state of West Virginia, and he's committed to go play college football at Marshall. So now Paxton going to be on to kick the PAT. Snap is up, kick is down, and almost blocked, but it is good for Herbert Hoover. So 3:59 left to go in the first half. Herbert Hoover extends their lead 28-14 over Logan. So we'll step aside. You're watching Logan High Football live on YouTube. All right, we're back and we're set for kickoff. Herbert Hoover kicking the ball to Logan, and Paxton's going to boot it away, and it's going to be returned by Gabe Workman. Workman's going to bring it up. Workman's got a crease. Workman's going to get finally tripped up by number 7 of the Huskies, Joseph White. And Logan's going to have it 1st and 10 around the 33-yard line, 34-yard line actually for Herbert or for Logan. So let's see if Barry can shake off that interception thrown on his last play and get Logan in decent, get him back to within scoring range and try to put some points up on the board before the half. Because Herbert Hoover will get the ball to start the second half to this Logan ball club. And you can't go down 2 scores in the locker room and maybe go down 3 scores to this Huskies run attack. So they're going to do a screen to Williamson. Williamson tries to get a block and a slack, and he's going to get just wrapped up. Maybe a gain of 1. They're going to say he just moved ahead, just maybe a 1. And that's going to make it 2nd and 9 for Logan. So Logan just tried to get manageable yards there on the screen, and Herbert Hoover read that screen, and 3 Huskies was down the area to bring down Williamson. Williamson looks like he's out for this play. No, he's still in there. Logan's just trying to drain clock. You don't want to give Herbert Hoover a chance if you turn the ball over and give the Huskies the ball back. So timeout called by Logan. And they will take their first timeout. Second timeout of the half. So while they take a timeout, I want to take a timeout. You're watching Logan High Football Live on YouTube. We'll be right back. All right, we're back here on this 2nd and 9. Barry drop backs the pass. Barry's trying to make a move. And he gets an open field. Barry, he's going to get the first down, and he's going to just take the hit by Andrew Rawlson. That's well beyond the first down marker. So Drew Barry made nothing into something as he couldn't find a man downfield, and he had a good block from Big Fluff Allred. Just went by him, and Herbert Hoover defense just didn't know what to do. So Hatfield just ran around Fluff and got the first down. So they keep the drive going with 2:55 left to go in the first half. Logan's trying to at least score another touchdown here to make it a 1-score game going into the locker room as Herbert Hoover will get the ball to start the second half. And score updates, Frankfurt leads Kaiser 19-0 at halftime, and Winfield leads Point Pleasant 13-0 in the second quarter. Those are 2 big games for Logan as there takes the snap, and we get a whistle, and it looks like it's going to be false start called against Logan, or delay a game, actually. False start called against Logan. That's what the official said. I think Logan player just lined up in the neutral zone, lined up beyond the line of scrimmage. It might be a wide receiver thing. But nonetheless, the loss of 5 on that penalty, so make it 1st and 15 for Logan. And this is Logan's big worry. They cannot play behind the chains against this Herbert Hoover ball club. So now Barry comes out in the shotgun with Trips to his right, Workman to his right. Barry takes a snap. He's going to look to drop back the pass. He's going to try to make a move, and he's got a man open, and he's going to get met immediately as Herbert Hoover read that so easily. Pass was completed to Julius Clancy, and Jacob Burns was there to blow that play up. So now a loss of 2 makes it 2nd and 17 now for the Wildcats. As Herbert Hoover has, they've been key on Logan's screens, because that's one thing. When Logan gets these guys in the open field, you want to get Logan. You want to get Logan into the one-on-one opportunities to make a man miss, and that's what these receivers can do for Logan. So now here comes Barry, takes the snap. He's going to do a handoff to Workman. Workman cuts up the field. Workman's got opening. Workman's going to get a good couple of yards back. So that's going to make it 3rd and long, make it about 3rd and 6 for the Wildcats. And they're in the Herbert Hoover territory across midfield. So let's actually make it 3rd and 7 for Logan. Make it 3rd and a short. Make it 3rd and a maybe a long 6. But here we go, 3rd down play for Logan, as Herbert Hoover fans are shaking the tripod, shaking the stadium. But we're going to get a timeout called by Logan. That's their last timeout of the half. So while they take a timeout, I'm going to take a timeout. We'll be right back as you're watching Logan High Football live on YouTube. All right, we're back. 3rd and long for Logan. Barry takes a snap. He's going to look to drop back to pass. He's got a man over in the middle, and that's caught by Garrett Williamson. But we got a flag on the play that looks like that might be, I don't know what the area is for. I don't know what they're going to call. No, it's going to be against Herbert Hoover, holding on the defense, and that penalty will be declined. Logan will take the yards, and that's going to be 1st down for Logan as they're moving the ball. Ball is going to be spotted at the 30-yard line first. Actually, between the 30-yard line and the 41. So Barry's going to take the snap. He's going to drop back the pass. Barry has a man open, and that is caught by Williamson. Where are they going to say that? No, they're going to say incomplete. They're going to say incomplete. Fans are not happy about it. I mean, it did look like the ball may have hit the turf on that pass, but Barry may have just led Williamson a little too much. I mean, it did look like the ball might have hit the turf. I can't really tell from this angle. Logan fans aren't happy. We don't have replay, so we just got to go with what the referee's called, because the referee call in high school football is the final decision. So now Herbert Hoover has it 2nd down. Logan has a 2nd and 10. Barry's going to look to drop back the pass. Barry's got to get out. He's got to throw it away, and it throws it incomplete in the area of Aiden Slack, as 2 Husky defenders, Dotson and Chapman, were in on pursuit of Barry. So now that's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for Logan. See if they can get the ball beyond the sticks and get a 1st down again, as they had a good game plan right here. Barry's finding his passes. Other than that one interception that was key read by the linebacker Walker, it was just a good play by the linebacker. So Barry's going to take the snap. He's going to look to drop back the pass. Barry, he's going to throw it down. It's tipped, and it's going to be intercepted by Dane Hatfield, and Hatfield has got open field to the sideline. He's only got one man to beat. Hatfield's going to take it all the way down to the sideline. He's going to cut back up. He cuts it back, and he's going to take it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown Herbert Hoover, as that ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage, and Hatfield just read it and picked it off. And that might be a big dagger for Logan in this game, as Herbert Hoover is going to go up. So with 141, what? So there's actually 1 second left in this half, and Herbert Hoover's going to take a big lead. Sorry, we had a little clock malfunction here. So we should be up and going, and we are. So 1 second left to go. And the snap is up, and snaps down, kicks up. It's good. So Herbert Hoover tacks on to their lead. They now lead at 35-14 going into the locker room. With
I looked up and it turned 0 for some reason.
So while Logan's set to do the kickoff, we'll be right back as you're watching Logan High Football live on YouTube. All right, we're back. And Hatfield, Paxton's going to kick it, and it's going to be returned by Tolliver. Tolliver's going to get tripped up. And that will be the end of the first half as Herbert Hoover takes a 35-14 lead over Logan going into the locker room. So while they take the timeout, we're going to do halftime here on the island, and we might get a treat by the band. So while they do get set for half, I'm going to step aside for a halftime show. We might see the band come out. I don't think we will, but if we do, we're going to get a special halftime breakdown as you're watching Logan High Football live on YouTube. We'll be right back for halftime. All right, we're back. We're back as we're going to get set to start the second half between Herbert Hoover and Logan. Herbert Hoover has a 35-14 lead over Logan. We're going to go over just some keys for both teams into the second half. For Logan, two really just big keys. You got to stop the run of Herbert Hoover. You got to keep Dane Hatfield in check, and you got to keep those heavy-powered running backs, Hugert and Fry, keep them to averaging 1 yard a game. You can't let them get over 5 yards, about 5 to 6 to 10 yards per carry. Logan's run defense has got to show up, honestly, right now in the second half if you want to come out and win this game and make a comeback and beat Herbert Hoover. And their second key, honestly, avoid the turnovers. Logan was driving down the field. They had 2 opportunities to score, and Herbert Hoover just came up with 2 huge picks. One was returned for a touchdown. And you can't let that happen if you're Logan. As you were driving down the field, and Herbert Hoover's Marquise Walker read Drew Barry's eyes and just picked it off. And then Dane Hatfield just got the tip ball that was tipped to the line, and he just takes it all the way back to the end zone for a pick 6. That's really the big keys for Logan in this second half. For Herbert Hoover, you just keep doing the same thing. Just run the football on Logan. Prove Logan that their defense, run defense, has to stop you into the second half, and make Logan prove why if they're going to pull a comeback, they have to do something in the second half and stop their run and avoid the turnovers. Don't let Dane Hatfield get open in the open field and just keep him contained and force the let's restart that. Dane Hatfield has to score, keep throwing the ball perfectly, avoid the turnovers, and then Logan, for Herbert Hoover, keep running the ball, force Logan to man up and stop the run, as they have not been able to do that all night. Logan has gave up over almost 250 yards rushing in the first half. So those are your keys to the half. I got a little sidetracked. I was looking at Logan real quick as they're breaking off. They're going to kick it away. So while Logan is kicking away, I'm going to take one more break I'm actually not going to take a break. We're going to keep it here as we're getting set to start the second half of play between Logan and Herbert Hoover. Scoring updates around the state. Chapmanville leads Man 21-0. And then another update is Point Pleasant trails 21-0 to Winfield going in at halftime. So that's a huge half. That's a huge break. And we got another in the fourth quarter. Frankfort leads 25-0 over Kaiser. And that could be the nail in Kaiser's coffin to knock them out of the playoffs. And then you got Wyoming East and Liberty Raleigh. That's a kind of a needed win for Liberty Raleigh to give Logan some points. They have no score in the first quarter, and Sissonville was rolling West Side last time I checked. So that's what the big keys scores, and we get a flag already. It looks like we might have too many men on the field for Herbert Hoover. Yes, we have too many men on the field for the Huskies. So that's going to move them up 5 yards. So instead of kicking it from the 40, Logan will kick it away from the 45. So now Slack will boot it away after that 5-yard penalty of too many men on the field for the Huskies. So Slack is set to kick it away, and they're going to boot it down to Rocco Fry. Fry just takes off, and he runs, and he's finally going to get tackled around the 30-yard line, so that's going to set up 1st and 10 for the Huskies. And a big key for Logan is force Herbert Hoover to stop the run. I mean, Logan just got to stop the run of Herbert Hoover. Herbert Hoover has ran over for almost 250 yards in the first half of running. That's not going to win you ball games if you're Logan. Maybe if you get into the playoffs, when you might see a team like Winfield who does nothing but run the football. So here we go. First down and 10 for Huskies. They're going to hand it off to Fry. Fry, he's got a good opening gash up the middle, and he's still going. And just like I said, Herbert Hoover just keep running the football, force Logan to stop it. And that's a good gain of 10, and that's going to make it 1st and 10 for Herbert Hoover. So we're trying to see what the play call is here for Herbert Hoover. Hatfield sends Hugert out in motion, and they're going to do a halfback pass to Hugert. Hugert has got good blocking, and Hugert's still on his feet, and he's going to get about a good gain of 15 yards, and that's going to make it 1st down, Herbert Hoover. So those quick passes from Hatfield, you don't need to really throw it deep when you got a 3-score lead over Logan. Hatfield going to take the snap, and he's going to do a QB keeper to the outside, and Hatfield's finally going to get wrapped up, and no, he's still going, and he's finally going to get tripped up by Braden Chambers. But we got a flag on the play, and it looks like that's probably going in the area of holding against the Huskies. And holding called against the Huskies, so that's going to back him up. Didn't see the flag thrown. It was in the area of a yellow, of the yellow area around the L. So now it's 1st down. It's 1st down Herbert Hoover. 1st and long now for the Huskies. So now Herbert Hoover gets the play calls. Hatfield takes a snap, bobbled it. He's going to hand it off to Fry. Fry's going to get hit immediately in the backfield by Logan's number 55, Connor Mullins, and Carry-On Tolliver of Logan. Yeah, Connor Mullins usually wears 42, but where there's so many injuries to the offensive line, they forced him to change his number, so Connor's going to have to play up, and we're going to get a whistle. We're going to get an official's timeout. And we got an equipment issue, and it's on Ryan Roberts. That's the 2nd time he's been brought out for equipment issues. So now, coming in is Caden Baisden, the senior. This is his last home game on the field. So now the referee winds the clock, and Herbert Hoover will face 2nd and long around the 42-yard line. Hatfield looks to take the snap. He's going to actually do a QB keeper. He's got an open hole, and then he's going to get tackled by Braden Chambers. So that's a good gain of Hatfield. That's going to make it 3rd and about 14 for Herbert Hoover. So let's see if Herbert Hoover can get this yards and get the 1st down, keep the chains going, and see if Logan can get a stop here on Herbert Hoover. Force them to punt it away back to Logan. So here we go, 3rd down and 14 for the Huskies. Hatfield is going to look to drop back the pass. He's going to try to get a man open. Hatfield is going to have to run. He's going to roll around. He's got an open field. He's got one man. Hatfield looks like he might throw. He's going to take off, run. Hatfield's got open on the sideline, and he's going to get a block. Hatfield's going to get the 1st down and more. Hatfield's still going, and Hatfield's finally going to get tackled down by Riley Jones. So making nothing into something is Hatfield, with Dane Hatfield looked to pass. Nothing was there. Good pass coverage by Logan, but you sent everybody deep, and Dane Hatfield just shows you why he can beat you with his legs. And he just got the easy first down off of that run. And that's going to move the chains and move the clock as Hatfield just ran a lot of yards and for that first down. So they're going to hand it off to Fry. Fry going up the middle. Fry's going to the outside. Fry's going to stay on his feet. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Herbert Hoover. And there is no flags on the field. And Herbert Hoover will get the touchdown and tack on to their lead. They now lead at 41-14 over Logan. So now Levi Paxton's coming on for the PAT. And he has been perfect throughout the night. Snap is up, hold is down, kick is away, and it is good. So 8:45 left to go. Herbert Hoover tacks on another score. And they now lead at 42-14 over Logan. So we're going to step aside and be right back as you're watching Logan High Football live on YouTube. All right, we're back as Hoover's going to kick it away to Logan. Paxton puts his boot in, and he's got it. He's going to get returned by Gabe Workman. Workman is going to bring it up to the outside. Workman's got an opening, but we got a flag thrown, and Workman's just going to fall forward. But it looks like it's going to be area of holding, and it's probably going to come back after that decent return for Gabe Workman. And Logan will have their first opportunity with the ball coming out into the second half. So, looking at Herbert Hoover's rosters, they are really senior and junior heavy with two really talented sophomores in Rocco Fry and Dane Hatfield. And from what Herbert Hoover lost last year to what they returned this year, they're still going to be a top team as long as they can keep these athletes healthy and really going into the upcoming seasons. And Logan's going to take a hit with graduations lost last year. This is the seniors' true last home game of the year. There was no senior night. It happened against Polka. They wanted to get the game early. So they just decided to have it that night as Workman just gets tackled in the backfield as Barry took the snap, hand off to Workman. Workman just wasn't getting anywhere. That line penetration from Herbert Hoover with Connor Brickman just proved why Herbert Hoover just dominated up front on Logan's run game. So now that's going to make it 2nd and 13 for the Wildcats. Barry looks to take the snap. He's going to drop back the pass. Barry, he can't find no one. Barry is going to run. Barry's going to throw it, and it's going to be intercepted by Herbert Hoover's Jacob Burns, and he's got to open to the end zone touchdown, but we got a flag thrown. It looks like it's in the area going to be holding a call against Logan, and that penalty will probably be declined. And Herbert Hoover is just going to tack on more scores. We're going to see what the penalty flag is. Yeah, they called roughing the passer against Herbert Hoover. So Logan gets bailed out by a flag. So roughing the passer called against Herbert Hoover. So never mind. That wasn't a holding call against Logan. It was roughing the passer against Herbert Hoover. And that'll give Logan a fresh set of downs around the 21-yard line. So after that mistake thrown by Drew Berry, let's see if he can get back into his rhythm and get the first down. And so they're going to do a handoff up to Bryce Davis. Davis just gets met immediately at the line, maybe a loss of a yard. Herbert Hoover's run defense has showed up right now as they've only allowed one rushing touchdown. That was from this Bryce Davis run, who had open green grass and just took it into the end zone. But now they're keying in on Logan's run. They know Logan likes to run to the outside, get to the edges, and get to the corners and try to get some yards up the field. So now after that loss of one, make it 2nd and 11 for for Logan. Husky defense right now they're got the momentum against this Logan offense and see if Huskies can get them off the field. So Barry's going to look to pass. Barry can't find a man open. Barry's going to run, and Barry's going to get hit hard immediately by Husky players. And we got actually a man down for the Huskies. And that looks like it's big Connor Brickman who's going to be down. So while he is down, I'm going to take a timeout. We'll be right back as you're watching Logan High Football live on YouTube. All right, we're back as Brickman gets taken off the field. Hopefully he's okay. So Barry's going to drop back, take the snap. He's going to look to roll. Barry's going to roll. He's got one man around him, and that's going to throw into the area of Slack. And it looks like he didn't catch it. He's out of bounds. And that will bring up 4th down. And Logan is going to punt it away back to Herbert Hoover. So the toughness of Herbert Hoover defense showed up there as they got Logan. Just couldn't get Logan to go, and they got him off the field again. So now Logan is going to punt it away back to Herbert Hoover. And back to receive for the Huskies is Dane Hatfield. So Slack back on the punt for Logan. And the high snap, they try to snap it away, but we get a whistle called. And it's going to be a delay of game against the Wildcats. They were not set. Some players had to come off the field and then come back on. So now that's going to move them back 5 yards. And the crowd of Logan has just been deflated and they're just out of it. So high snap. Slack's got to boot it away, and he does. He was able to boot it away, and it's going to go take a Logan roll at the 48-yard line. So after a good punt from Slack, Herbert Hoover's going to set up shop. So while they get ready, I'm going to take a timeout. We'll be right back. All right, we're back as Hoover's in the I formation. They're going to pitch it out to Fry. Fry, he's going to bowl his way forward, and he's going to get a good gain of 8. And a gain of 7, actually. And that's going to make it 2nd and 3 for the Huskies. And Herbert Hoover is just – Dane Hatfield hasn't even had to throw the ball much through the air. they have had their way with the run of Logan. Run defense of Logan. So here comes Hatfield in the I formation. They're going to hand it off to Fry. And Fry just bowls his way forward for the first down. Just when the momentum went to Logan, and then Herbert Hoover just picked off Logan, it just sucked the air out of the Wildcats, deflated them, and Logan just has not been able to just come back from it. So Huskies with Hatfield and quarterback. Sends a man in motion, takes a snap, hands it off to Fry. Fry, he's going to get tackled immediately at the line of scrimmage. Actually falls forward for about a gain of 2. That's going to make it 2nd and 8 for the Huskies. But since that first half, when Herbert Hoover went up 27 to 14, and actually really when Hatfield picked the pass off from Logan, it just deflated Logan, and Logan has not been able to respond from that. So Herbert Hoover's trying to put the final nail in this coffin on Logan. And depending on what happens around the state, it could be Logan's last game, and they're going to do a screen pass to Levi Paxton. Paxton's got an open field, and Paxton's finally going to get tackled and hit hard by Bryce Davis as he really laid the wood to Levi Paxton. But Levi Paxton's up and okay. Clancy was the first man to stop Paxton, but Bryce Davis came in and laid the wood to the Marshall signee, Paxton. So now when Logan was keyed on the run, Herbert Hoover just took advantage and beat him through the air. Hatfield is going to drop back to pass. Hatfield's got a man open, and he's going to get caught and breaks off a tackle as Burns, but we got a flag thrown in the backfield, and we might have a holding call against Herbert Hoover, and we got an offensive lineman down for the Huskies. That is number 64, Zach Greer for the Huskies, and he's down. And he's holding his knee. Looks like he might be cramping. So while the Huskies training staff takes a look at him, we're going to step aside and be right back. Okay, we're back as referee called a holding call against Herbert Hoover. So that's going to give them a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. And that will be a 1st and 22 for the Huskies. But from what happened with last time, they had a holding penalty. Dane Hatfield made it look easy as he, on a 3rd and long, he scrambled for about a good gain of 20. Ran for about 40 yards. So Hatfield handed off to Fry. Fry goes up the middle. Fry's going to get to the outside, and Fry's going to get tackled immediately as it was not immediately chased down by Bryce Davis. So that's about a good gain of 9, around 9 yards. So that's going to make it 2nd and Still second and long, but now second and manageable for the Huskies. And if you're Logan, you had that bye week, and which really helped you coming into the this week against Herbert Hoover because Logan was banged up against Chapmanville. And now they get a motion out from Rocco Fry. And we're going to get a whistle. Timeout called by Herbert Hoover. So while they take a timeout, I'm going to take a timeout. We'll be right back. You're watching Logan High Football live on YouTube. All right, we're back. Hatfields takes a snap. It's going to be a dump down screen to Hugert. Huger's got open field. Huger's got blocking, and Huger is going to take it all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Herbert Hoover.
I was giving that back to you, and I looked up and there it was.
So 2:59 left to go. Herbert Hoover's put up 48 points. And a PAT here will tie the most points Logan has gave up, and this has happened in the past past two games Logan has had, and they are off to teams that have really ran the ball well against Logan, and passing just been easy for Herbert Hoover. So the snap is down, kick is away, kick is good, and Herbert Hoover extends their lead 49-14 over Logan. So with 2:59 left to go in the third quarter, we're going to step aside and be right back. All right, we're back as Herbert Hoover's going to kick it away. Levi Paxton kicks it well deep, and it's going to go. It dropped by Workman. Workman has got to pick it up, and he's got to run with it. Workman, he's got a good open hole, and he's finally going to get tackled by a Herbert Hoover defender, number 7, Joseph White. So on a just a bad return catch from Workman made nothing into something. So ball's going to be at the 20-yard line. It's like a touchback for Logan. So now Logan's going to set up shop at the 20-yard line, see if they can just get some points to make it look respectable a little bit against this Huskies ball club, who's well on their way to winning and moving to 7-2 on the year, and probably hosting a first-round playoff matchup. Just depends. So the referees are getting together. Now Logan gets its play calls from Gary. And Barry's going to take the snap, drop back the pass. Barry's going to roll. Barry's going to keep it. And we get a flag throw. And Barry gets upended by 2 Hoover players. Walker was the first man to upend him. But we get a penalty flag, and that's going to be in the area of holding against Logan. So we're waiting on the call to see what Logan will have. That should be has to have the distance to the goal, holding called against the Wildcats. Well, bad news is for Logan, you're probably not going to win this game. You're more likely not going to win this game now. But good news is one score just went final. Frankfurt beats Kaiser 32-14. And that is step one for Logan to maybe sneaking their way into the playoffs this year. So Barry takes the snap, drops back. He has a man in the area, and that's going to be in and out of the hands of Slack. Good defense by the Huskies. Number 13, Dane Hatfield, to knock it away from Slack. Slack was open in the middle, but Hatfield was just able to get his hand in there and knock it away. So 2nd and 23, 2nd in Middleburg Island for Logan as they're trying to get the first down, try to keep the drives going and get scores, put some points on the board. So now Barry will take the snap, hands it off to Workman. Workman, he gets tripped up after a gain of 2 from that defensive line of Herbert Hoover. Looks like in there on the tackle for the Huskies was Gavin Allison. So as that clock is winding, Barry takes a snap. He's going to look to throw out there, and he's got his man. He's got Riley Jones. Riley Jones is in the open field. He's got to hold on to that football, and he's going to get tackled hard. So a good ball placement from Barry to Jones. And that's going to be a first down, Logan. Riley Jones. I know this is going to sound odd, but this is his first game playing for Logan this season. He had a little bit of academic eligibility, couldn't get eligible, so he had to miss the first half of the first semester, first 9 weeks of the first semester. Now he's eligible for the second semester, and this is his first game playing. And then what way to play on your first game? Final home game of the year, and they give it off to Workman. Workman just gets up on the ground. Ball's on the ground, but it looks like he's down. They're going to call him down as Workman got tackled and ran into Fluff. Big Cam Allred. And that'll be a gain of 3 for Logan. So 2nd and 7 from the 44-yard line, from the 45-yard line. 44-yard line, and that's going to make it Logan coming on offense. Really try to. They got some good drives going, but they need more open help. As the big play was to Riley Jones, and that helped Logan set up this new set of downs. Here comes Barry. He's going to look to pass. He's got a man open, and it's tipped. And looked like there should have been pass interference called. They held Braden Chambers, and it just bounced out of Braden's hands, and it was picked off by a Husky. Looked like that was Tristan Allison on the pick. So a questionable no call there for Herbert Hoover. Against Herbert Hoover, there might have been a pass interference called, and we got a final update. Fairmont Senior defeats East Fairmont 46-7. So Fairmont Senior ain't going to pull what they did last year and be a 16th seed and make it to the championship game. So Hatfield hands it off to Huger. Huger's met immediately in the backfield, and he's going to get wrapped up by a group of Logan players. The first man to get him there was 52, Landon Moore. And as the clock is winding down in the third quarter, Herbert Hoover with the momentum going to take this into the not locker room, going to take it into the fourth quarter, and they're going to tack on to their lead with 2 seconds left. And that will be it of the third quarter. Herbert Hoover extends their lead 49-14. We got one final quarter left here on the island, and one final quarter left for Miller Sports Broadcasting. As most of you don't know, if Logan gets into the playoffs, I cannot stream a playoff game because that is rights to the WVSSAC. You have to pay money to get the streaming rights to stream the game. So, actually, from what I've been told, Logan, it's going to have a 6-minute quarter just so they can get everybody out here and get everybody home because it is late. It is 9:30, and Hoover's got a long drive back, and Hoover's well on their way to win. It's not Logan giving up the towel. It's just the outcome is already decided. Logan. So, Logan is well on their Herbert Hoover's well on their way of winning this game. Herbert Hoover's well on their way to winning this game, and we are, and that's why they're going to do 6-minute quarters instead of 12 minutes because there's really no point to put 12 more minutes on the clock in a game that's already decided, and we had a late start because there was a wreck coming down here. Herbert Hoover was late getting here, and so we had a late start, and it's now a 49-14 lead. It's 9:30 right now, so just best to start the quarter and just keep the drive going and get them home safe and sound as Hatfield's pass is complete to, looks like, number 30, Sam Key, for the Huskies, and that will be a gain of a few yards. So we'll make it third down for the Huskies. Logan's going to fall to 6-4 on the year, but with playoff hopes still alive. With step 1, Kaiser going down, and step 2, Winfield has to win over Point Pleasant, and they're going to do a QB keeper with Dane Hatfield, and Hatfield's got open to the outside, and Hatfield is going to just take off, and he's going to get tackled, and that will be a first down. And I forgot to move the camera, but nonetheless, with 5 minutes left to go in the game, Herbert Hoover's probably just running the ball, running the clock out on Logan. And we should start to see backups here for Logan, and you might see some backups for Herbert Hoover as they don't want to get anyone injured before going into the playoffs. And then for Logan, you want to get all your seniors in this is their final home game of the year. So you want to get Logan, send him off with a bang as they're going to Hatfield, and they're going to pitch it off to Burns. Burns has got an open field. Burns is putting on the afterburners. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Herbert Hoover. So on a quick pass from Jacob Burns, adds on to their lead. They now lead at 55-14, and this is the most points scored from a team Logan has given up all season long, and to this high-powered, tough Herbert Hoover offense that was led by Dane Hatfield, who had a bad start to start the game. Threw a pick. Logan returned it all the way down inside Logan territory, and then Logan punched it in. It was 7-7, and then Logan goes up again. 3 plays from Barry, make it 14 all, 14, and then Herbert Hoover scored in really 3 plays, and that's all she wrote. As the snap is down, kick is away, and it is good. So with 4:22 left to go in the ball game, Herbert Hoover extends their lead 56-14 over Logan. So I'm going to step aside. We'll be right back as you're watching Logan High Football live on YouTube. All right, we're back as Herbert Hoover's going to kick it away with a 56-14 lead over Logan. Logan's going to suffer their first loss at home this season, and it's going to be returned by Workman. Workman is going to bring it up. He needs 2 blocks. He's going to try to get it. He gets it, but he's actually going to get tackled by a Herbert Hoover player, number 15, Peyton Young, the junior for the Huskies. So out comes back Drew Berry. This one should just be about just padding the stats and getting your guys still loose, getting them into that comfort zone, trying to go into the playoffs, because as of right now, it's setting pretty decent for Logan to get into the playoffs. They still need some help, but it looks like they might be in. You never know. You never know. Things could happen, and that could keep Logan really out of the playoffs. If barring something miraculous happens, Logan, I think they're in the playoffs, but they're going to be around the 15 to 16 seed and probably have to go up against a team like Independence, Winfield, or Roane County. So they're going to hand it off, and that's going to be hit. And there's a hard hit as Caden Justice took the run, and he was hit hard immediately by Michael Taylor, the freshman of Herbert Hoover. There was a big pop by both Hoover and Logan, and Hoover's putting in their backups. Logan's still keeping their starters out because you want to get Logan starters loose and going into the next year. You just don't want to take them out. Hopefully that, the game's well out of reach with winding down 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. Again, they played 6 minutes in this quarter just for the safety to get Herbert Hoover out home, because we had a late start to the game, and they pass is complete to Julius Clancy. Clancy gets wrapped around out of bounds by number 21 of the Huskies, Samuel Sowlers. And I forgot to show you the play. Again, I was watching the play and not moving my tripod. I'm sorry, but it was a screen pass from Berry to Clancy, and he's just 2 yards short of the first down. As we see some Logan fans filing out of here, and Herbert Hoover fans are starting to file out as Huskies are well on their way to Huskies are going to move to 7-2, and they're going to hand it off, and it's met immediately in the backfield, and I couldn't see who took the handoff. I think that was the freshman, Preston Kovac, and he's got the first down for Logan. And we're going to give you some more score updates around the state, and especially this one. We're going to bring you the Tug Valley and Van. Number 16, Tug Valley, needs to win to get into the playoffs. Van at 9-0. Tug Valley leads it 21-20 into the third quarter. And down in Man, it is final. Chapmanville wins it 28-0 over the Hillbillies. And we're going to give you some more score updates in Class AA and AAA. Point Pleasant trails 27-8 over Winfield, and didn't see the play, but it looks like that will be it, as no one is going to run out the clock. And with that, that will be your ball game as Herbert Hoover comes into Logan and wins by a final score of 56-14. They move to 7-2 on the season. Logan falls to 6-4, but there is still playoff hopes for Logan. They had one help. It looks like they're going to get help as Point Pleasant and Frankfurt and Kaiser are going to fall tonight, and that might keep Logan into the top 16. Depends on where everything is seated. Logan might be 16 or 15. They're going to be in that area of the thing, but it looks like Logan's season will continue into the playoffs. But just barring something miraculous happening, and we get a final score. This one is also huge. Polka beats Wayne 18-13. So that's points for Logan, as Logan beat both teams earlier on in the season when they were full healthy. And again, you have to look at the Logan team. They are really banged up and injured. With the way the season goes, we might have a playoff game. We might not. It just depends on how everything goes. But before we end it, my final broadcast of the year, guys, I want to say thank you for watching Logan High football on my YouTube page throughout the entire year. It's been a pleasure to bring you high school action. I will not be able to go live into the playoffs because that is a WVSSAC ruling. That's not me. I can't do it unless I have to pay for the money in order to do it, which I do not have the money to pay. So I will not be able to go live in the playoffs. Unless something happens, I'll let you know. But as barring right now, I will not be able to go live into the playoffs. So at this time, we're going to give our shout-outs to the seniors for Logan, as depending on what happens, this could be their last game of the season. I think Logan may have snuck in with the losses of Point Pleasant and Kaiser. I think they may have snuck into the playoffs as a 15 or 16 seed. So their season might continue. But if this is their final game of the season, we want to give a shout-out to all the seniors of class of 2022 on this roster. And we're going to start with number 1, Aiden Slack. Number 7, Jackson Koger. Number 9, Ryan Roberts. Number 11, Garrett Williamson. Number 13, Braden Chambers. Number 15, Malachi Gardner. Number 16, Jacob Waldron. Number 23, Luke Geralds. Number 25, Shelton Stone. Number 27, Bryce Davis. Number 42, and 55, Connor Mullins. Number 50, Caden Baisden. Number 51, Caden No. Number 54, Brennan Goff. Number 64, David Ellis. Number 72, Traquan Williams. And number 75, Cameron Fluff Allred. Guys, thank you for watching Logan High football here on Herbert Hoover. Final score 56-14. Logan falls to Herbert Hoover on the season finale. And now they're waiting to see if they can get into the playoffs. So guys, thank you for watching. I am Daniel Miller, and I'm signing out from Miller Sports Broadcast. See you next time.